Hi everyone, it's Dhanu Saveeta at galacticleadership.academy, Temporal Command HQ. Welcome to the first command signal on this channel, and welcome to activating your Starlight signature, Sovereign Command of Cosmic Legacy. This isn't a podcast, it's a quantum transmission for 5D life and business pioneers. When I first joined the online business world around 2022, I was so overwhelmed in my journey to create this legacy business that provided me with freedom, and that being financial freedom. I wanted parental freedom, being a single parent. I wanted, I want time freedom, location freedom, any kind of freedom that um, freed me up from the constraints of the 3D corporate world that I was working in. I went on a mission to work with some of the coaching industry's best and most amazing business coaches for years. Although their offers mostly focused on creating a business when you already know what your calling is, or you may even have some offers behind you already. So there was no kind of solid understanding of the level of fear that some of us can carry within our energy fields, especially a starseed who can carry some really funky shit in our fields that requires more of a 5D and a psychic and multi-dimensional psychological approach. So nothing seemed to be working for me. And it was getting really exhausting. I was so committed to my cause. I invested over 6 figures in money, and I committed to hours of learning 7 days a week. I was obsessed. Within a whole year, I might have had 1 or 2 days off, but otherwise I was consistent, I was solid, and I applied these things every day into what I was trying to create. I was kind of stuck in this self-made psyche prison. While others around me were thriving and celebrating, I was kind of left feeling confused, despite having this huge wealth of experience and skills and knowledge in my passions of learning and 5D business strategy and brand marketing and multidimensional psychology. And I'd also grown up within organizational design for 20 plus years. So my question was, despite your background and experience, what if you're disconnected from your inner lights? And, what if you lack clarity around why you're here? What happens then? I'd kind of proved to myself that it didn't matter how good the coach was that you're working with or how good their programs were. It was all dependent on you. What if there's a block within you? It doesn't matter how much you pay or who you go to or what the program's about. If there's a block within you, then that sits with us. We're responsible for that. And this is a huge challenge for many of us. How do you create a legacy brand, whether this is a personal brand or a business brand, when you don't know who you are or why you are? This is a painful place to be in. If you're not happy in your life and you're not happy in your business or your job, your career, or if you're just generally feeling stuck. Does this resonate with you? You know you're here for more. You know that you've got this huge passion, and you know that inside of you there's this huge vision. You know that you're here for a big reason. You just might not know or might not be clear what it is. And that's really frustrating. In fact, it hurts. It can be so uncomfortable that it hurts. And it's uncomfortable every day. So what I did in my calling is I followed this pain and suffering within myself to untangle it, because it's something that I woke up with every day. If we're carrying too much old trauma and pain and old energetic wounds, our entire vision can be cloudy and scattered and fragmented and dispersed. And this is a reflection of our psyche. Okay, the health and state of your psyche is going to project out. It's your vision, that's your projection. Your psyche is the key. It's the technology to your starlight, to your ultimate starlight. Your psyche holds the keys to everything for you. But we can get stuck in this old survival brain, or what's called the old reptilian brain, instead of the creative brain or the neocortex, where all the magic is, which is ultimately this higher intelligence navigation technology. So in our survival brain, we're not balanced. If we're holding on to heavier energies, kind of heavy, lower vibrational emotions, we can be stuck in our survival brain. And it means that we're not balanced in our feminine and masculine energetics to achieve this sovereign command status that we want to activate our starlight. If we've been through a lot of childhood trauma, it can lock us more into the wounded side of our masculine and feminine sides. We're really unbalanced, and we want to maintain ultimately this state of neutrality or triality, where we're very neutral and balanced. So that balance being that clarity of thought and crystal clear decisiveness that enables us to move through these celestial waypoints that track our visions, to navigate our calling. So where in the 3D world we're used to having goals, goals are very static. They've got normally got a fixed timeline. They're very fixed, very static, as opposed to waypoints, which are more fluid, and they track the vision and navigate our calling. It's also this trust and faith and knowing that enables us to make these big and bold moves. I wasn't aligned with my higher mind or my higher self to know what my calling and leadership journey was, even though I'd been working in a 3D corporate job in business and leadership for 20 plus years. So how do we shed old timelines so we can embody our calling and a new life and identity if we're feeling uncomfortable in our current life? If we're feeling uncomfortable in life, that's a call in itself to shift. Anything that makes us feel uncomfortable, any low vibrational emotions, it's all designed to help us shift. If you're feeling uncomfortable, we shift. Okay, so how do we change our reality? How do we disable the past while being grounded in the present, while magnetizing our desired future, and while pulsing in the eternal now? So that's 4 multidimensional directions. And the technology to navigate this is your psyche. So the discomfort you're feeling is the call to shift. It's a call to shifting into a new way of thinking and being and having. This discomfort is the call to a new higher identity. The experiences and situations and people around you that make you feel uncomfortable or lead to some kind of, it may even be pain and suffering, not just discomfort. That's your call to audit your life and release anything within your reality that makes you feel uncomfortable or that's no longer serving you. And that's your call to release these old timelines so you can call in new ones. Everything within our reality is ours. It's our responsibility. So if there's something within your reality making you feel uncomfortable, that's your calling. You're responsible to manage that. So when I was going through this, nothing else mattered to me in my own leadership journey than following this discomfort, because I was just so fed up. I was fed up, I was exhausted, and just generally waking up every day feeling depressed and anxious. I would open my eyes in the morning and I would feel anxious sometimes before I'd even opened my eyes. My stomach would be doing flips before I'd even opened my eyes. So it was heavy for me. It was like being someone knocking on my door every day, this dread knocking on my door every day. So I had, to me, no choice but to face my fears and really analyze them. So my mind was just kind of riddled with a million thoughts every day that drove me insane. So that's exactly where I started in our journey, at the beginning, at the 5D calling, born to lead through quantum psyche astronomia that harnesses your psyche as technology to architect timelines and reality. This transmission is designed to begin the process of detonating your inner saboteur and activate the commander in you who knows that you've got to take some kind of physical action. You know, we live in a 3D physical reality. We have to take physical action within our reality to get shit done. Okay, it's this the part of you that executes orders with military working dog precision. That's how I command my dog, my Belgian Malinois, with with direct, no negotiations, no retreats. It's clear, it's direct, it's precise. There's no mistake in the command. It's what she thrives on, this direct command, action, execution aligned with my vision. When you activate your sovereign command, this is when you get to lean back with your cosmic lineage, knowing that you've actioned a command in the cleanest, highest vibration. You trust and have faith that it is so, okay, with zero doubt, with no doubt, it is so. And that's the level of confidence and trust and faith and belief you're going to have in yourself to activate your sovereign command in your starlight. And the building blocks to this level of consciousness are in your light codes. Okay, this is where you get to witness reality shattering to your command, like space-time bowing to gravity. This frequency you're receiving, it's not for the faint-hearted. It's for the wolf who eats doubt alive for breakfast. It's for the rebel in you. It's the disruptor, the starlight commander, the quantum renegade, the timeline slayer. This first transmission is called Activating Your Starlight Signature, Sovereign Command of Cosmic Legacy. But what the hell does that even mean? What does that mean? Don't overthink it. There's your first key. Stop overthinking. Stop thinking. Your first command, neural silence. Now, silence, that state of no mind, is your best friend. That zero, neutral, silence, no mind is your new best friend. Okay, you start claiming, you start knowing. Stop obsessively thinking so much. I wish someone had shoved these commands in my face years ago of how destructive our thoughts can be, or how magic our thoughts can be. It's the first stage of the manifestation alignments is your thoughts. Okay, so activating your starlight signature, sovereign command of cosmic legacy. It means that your zone of genius, so your starlight signature, it's not poetic, it's quantum dominion and architecture. It's precision. It's you. It's you unbound in your rawest, clearest light codes. Okay, it invokes a clear vision, and nothing and no one gets to stand in your way because you're flying so high and collapsing old timelines. And everything you don't need or don't want goes with those timelines. Gone. Okay, you're the eagle witness. You see the bigger picture. You're flying high with the great spirit or the quantum field. This is your unfiltered, sovereign fire codes burning through the 3D bullshit and limitations. Encoded in your DNA are the primordial light codes forged in supernovas where your soul first crystallized into being. We're breaking out the 3D matrix, okay, this self-made psyche prison that most of us are stuck in. Most of society is stuck in this 3D psyche prison. on some level, like these tiny little handcuffs. Okay, they're put there by, our environments, by our young environments, our parents, our society, government systems, school systems. We also put them there as well, but they're like tiny little handcuffs. So activating your starlight blows the whole damn thing apart, the whole psyche prison. It just dissolves it. Okay. So to activate your starlight is to really reboot the psyche from being this limited, fragile, really self-destructing, virus-riddled 3D human firmware, shifting it to sovereign creator and self-source code. You're connected with your source codes. You're reconnecting with your source codes. So sovereign command of cosmic legacy, it really means this. It means that you don't petition, you don't ask the universe, you command the universe. We're done asking, we're done praying, wishing. Okay, you author, you command just by breathing, you command just by existing. That's your new word, is command. We're not asking, we're not pleading. It's a command, it's a clear code. Okay, your choices don't just affect your timeline. Your breath isn't just oxygen exchange, it's temporal recalibration. Every word you speak, every breath you take, it's all energy, it's all vibration. Okay, each inhale, you're downloading new reality blueprints. Inhale, downloading new reality blueprints. Each exhale, you're collapsing outdated timelines. That's how intentional you are. This isn't about claiming your power. It's about writing your own galactic history. One thought, one emotion, one word, one action, one breath at a time. Your being, just simply you being, your being commands your reality. But are you in the driver's seat as the sovereign commander? Or are you being a passenger? You can be a passenger to your ego, or the saboteur. Saboteur. So are you being a passenger, or are you being the driver? Here's a command ignition for you. This is a tactical brief, a download directly to your core. The universe isn't a magical wish-granting genie. It's a precise command center, a quantum field awaiting your orders and instructions. Your doubt, your anxiety, your depression, your compromised nervous system, these aren't just feelings, they're treason against you, by you. Okay, as far as manifestations go, they're energetic leaks, like a digital bleed in your command system. Okay, it's like saboteur malware infecting you like a virus. Okay, it's literally a corruption in your command line. When it comes to your 5D to 3D manifestations, your depression isn't weakness, and we have absolute compassion for all emotions. But when it comes to your manifestations, depression is the enemy, okay? It's the enemy code when it comes to your manifestations. Your psyche is energetic data and information processing technology. Okay, got it? Your brain is a physical data and information processing machine. Okay, they work hand in hand. The psyche is energetic. It's like the software. Brain is like the hardware. Okay. Easy peasy. Your brain, right? So your brain, okay, so your brain is the is a your brain is a physical data and information processing machine. And it's been collecting templates since you were a child. Your brain creates templates since you were a child. It's still using those same memory templates today, the ones that you created as a child. That's why a lot of our behavior in the present moment is triggered by childhood trauma in everybody. Everybody. There's no exceptions. It's just the way our brains work. Okay. So make sure you process your emotions accordingly. Process all your emotions. We're not supposed to hold emotions. We're supposed to let them run through us. They flow. Energy flows. Energy likes to flow. We don't hold emotions. We let them flow. Okay. So process all your emotions accordingly and eradicate low frequency emotions. Eradicate the low frequency emotions. Eradicate them like malware. Ultimately, you want to learn to think differently and learn to see things differently to create these new templates to manifest from. Okay, so manifestation isn't a soft prayer or a plea or a wish. It is not any of these things. It's not a plea. It's not a wish. It's a discipline. It's an execution protocol, a command language with zero room for hesitation.